Hello, das war von Tesla Owners US, and today we are doing a boats tour here. And this is the other side of Roosevelt Island, and there is ferry landing. We're going with the boat, a big tour. Comes after this.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is...
Actually, if you are entering the boat, it is like a boardwalk. And you are entering those ferries here. And it was a nice and sunny day, and sometimes it was raining in between, but that was okay because you could go on the lower level, as you can see here. But my intention is rather to tell you a little bit more about the New York City ferry system. And that is actually pretty easy because it was on and off for a while, but it is a pretty easy transportation to get around in New York City for just a cost of $4 per single trip. All right, let's go there. The New York City Ferry is a public network of ferry routes in New York City, operated by Hornblower Cruises, because it doesn't belong to the city anymore. As of August 2021, there are about 6 routes, as well as a seasonal route connecting 25 ferry piers across all 5 boroughs. And New York City Ferry has the largest passenger fleet in the United States with a total of 38 vessels. So imagine they could be all electric, right? Providing between 20 and 19-minute services on each of the routes depending on the season and on additional routes. And 1 pier are planned as of December 2021. The New York City had an extensive ferry network until the 1960s, when almost all ferry services were discontinued, but saw a revival in the 1980s and the 1990s. The city's government officially proposed its own ferry service in 2013, which was announced 2 years later under the tentative name of Citywide Ferry Service. The first of those 2 phases launched in 2017 with service along the East River, and that's what we entered first here, and the Rockaways, Bay Bridge, and Astoria. A second phase was launched to the Lower East Side and Soundview in 2018. A ferry to St. George, Staten Island, and stop in Throgs Neck Ferry Point Park launched in 2021, with a route to Coney Island is planned. Single trips on the system cost $4, with a monthly and bike fares also available. But there is no fee transfer to other modes of transportation in the city. So basically they are separate. The New York City Ferry also provides free shuttle buses connected to free stops in the Rockaways and Midtown Manhattan. The ferry service was originally expected to transport just 4.5 to 4.6 million passengers annually. But the annual ridership estimates were revised in early 2018 to 9 million, so basically it doubled. Despite of its crowding, the ferry has generally received positive reviews from passengers. However, there have been criticism over the highly subsidized nature of that service. And New York City Ferry, low ridership compared to the city's other public transportation modes. Yeah, because I think if you can go in the subway electrical transportation in the subways or to the buses, that could be much easier. Now, my question is, are they on a good trip, or are they on a good path forward? And I think currently yet, but they can do more. So New York City to commission its first hybrid electric ferry, because in 2024 they want to have that first hybrid electric ferry. So New York City has joined the growing list of operators of hybrid electric ferries, as it's ordered its first vessel for the public operation in New York Harbor. The city's mayor Eric Adams announced yesterday on March 29, on March 29, that a contract has been awarded for the construction of the first public hybrid electric ferry for the city. They can expect the vessel to begin transporting tourists from the lower Manhattan to the Governor's Island in the summer of 2024. The first vessel of its kind to provide a public transportation within New York Harbor and new ferry will be equipped with a hybrid propulsion system that will reduce the air pollution by allowing it to toggle between zero-emission battery-only power and battery-assisted hybrid with a diesel backup. It will have a capacity about 1,200 passengers and will have a cruise speed of 10 knots, which is about 17 kilometers. The passengers' amenities will include a lower-level ADA accessible lounge, restrooms on each level. So maybe that's already a good step forward. Now, can they do better? Yes, they can. But instead of forbidding the pizza oven in New York City because it creates too much pollution, and that is, I think, not the right approach, because if you look at Norway, there are already ferries out there which are full electric ferries and also have a long range with a lot of capacity. So imagine those 38 ferries which are currently in service would be all electric, and how much of diesel or heavy oil or heavy crude oil they would not be consuming. Probably most of the ferries are on diesel, and this is still too much of the pollution in that city. Yeah, they can do better, and that's what I think as well. So what is there available? There are a whole bunch of ferry systems available. There is a ferry from Damen available, called Ferry 2306, full electric. So they can do better, and there's a spec sheet even available for that, about what are the capabilities of this ferry. So, and what battery system they have. I can put some pictures in there for you. There's our ferry systems which are just a little bit smaller. They have two motors by 2 times 75 kilowatt, and they have 92 kilowatt of 2 times 92 kilowatt of a battery system. And maybe they could also go in there and get a bigger ferry, because all of the folks who are doing that can do that better. And let me show you in the next movie 2 examples and how to do better.
Working on Ampere, it's very good because it's a zero-emission ferry, and that's very important for the environment. The main difference between Ampere and other conventional ferries is that this is running on electricity, and it's very calm. Except from that, you can handle this like another type of ferry.
The Blue Drive Plus C system represents the new generation propulsion systems for vessels. The main focus is to lower the emissions and to improve the safety. It can be powered by low-emission generator sets, or, as in this case, on purely batteries. Combined with the need for a fully automatic system that can be easily and safely controlled by the operator, we could only realize this with the use of our advanced Siemens integrated drive system.
Now, this project has been very special and exciting to work with. A lot of challenges, of course, to do something completely new. But with good cooperation with the Norled and our brilliant engineers, we solved the challenges perfectly.
Norled, as a ferry operator, is very proud to be a pioneer in battery-driven ferries, and we believe that there will come more battery-driven ferries in the future.
At first I was a little bit skeptical because this is a new project, but after I have heard and I have learned and see with my own eyes how great this technology is, I'm convinced that this is the future.
I love the sea. I spend a lot of time on the sea. I hear the silence, and of course it's bringing me thinking that maybe we should do more. I read in an article in some magazine that the world's largest electrical ferry was built. And I was thinking, oh wow, you are a part of a big history actually. As a captain on an electric ferry, I was a little skeptic in the beginning because everything takes time. But the biggest challenge is to get the energy source so big that you can actually travel long distance. When the first time when I started to operate vessel, I was thinking, is everything working? I just had to see on the GPS if the speed goes down when we approach the dock. And this is the same feeling the passenger get, that it's so quiet, it's the silence, and they really enjoy it. Norway is a small country, so maybe it's a small piece we can do, but what we see is that people have passion for this. And if everyone does a little, this can make big impact on the world.
Yeah, you would be amazed. At the end, this is the firework from the 4th of July, and it's just here at the East River. But I think the city of New York has to be a little bit more ambitious, because the technology is there. It's only the desire of to do that, and now going only half the way to hybrid. Maybe that's a step forward, but that's not enough. They have to accelerate the speed. And we enjoyed the time here in New York, but we enjoyed also the tour with the boat. But I wanted to find out what is the size of the fleet and is it capable to do that electric. And you see, and you saw from the last movies, actually, it's Siemens systems, Siemens energy systems, which are both provided the vessels as well as the charging equipment for that at the harbor. And as you know, that if they wanted to, they could do it. And I don't see that there is a commitment. So they started with one vessel in 2024 to be installed from 38 vessels. This is way off. So if this is a progressive government, they should do so by setting also aggressive goals. And these goals are not set. In the meantime, you guys can see in the background, you can enjoy the fireworks of New York City. This was the bridge in front of us. I think it's the Roosevelt Bridge. And In the back there at the next bridge is, I think it's the mid bridge. I have to look it up, but we had an awesome time in New York, and after the 4th of July celebration, on the next day we took our way backwards to where we originally came from. It was also, from the temperature, much nicer as in hot Arizona during the summertime. Yeah, we had a good time. I hope you guys like the movie. You like all of the things what I showed you towards New York and back from New York. What we want to do is we want to actually show you also the way backward from New York. And from New York back to Arizona, we took a faster way backward. We actually took almost 7 days to arrive there, and we took 5 days back, but we took another route back, and we have still awesome things to show you guys, because we stop always at a nice location where you can see something, some amazing stuff, some nature stuff, and so on. And there are really cool things what you will see in the next episodes on our travel bag. I have to stretch it out because it's quite some effort to all put that together. Yeah, enjoy the movie. Please thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We will bring more interesting about sustainable transportation and transportation with electric cars. I hope you liked it, and subscribe to the channel, thumbs up, and we see you the next time on our boy back to Arizona from New York City. Ciao, ciao.